After selling my company for $23 million, I threw a retirement party. Right before the toast, I watched my daughter-in-law slip something into my champagne. When no one was looking, I quietly switched glasses with her mother, and within minutes, that party was no longer a party. But to understand why a woman I had only met 3 times in my life was the one I chose to fall in my place that night, I need to take you back 3 months. To the morning I signed the papers. I had spent 28 years building Whitfield Logistics from a 1-truck operation out of a Houston warehouse into a company that moved freight across 36 states. My husband John had backed me on day one. He had been a cardiologist. He had also been the only person in my life who never once treated me like I owed him for anything. He died 4 years ago, quietly, in his sleep, in the bed we had bought together when we were 26. After that, the company was just a building full of people I loved, and a number on a quarterly report that kept growing. When the buyer came with $23 million in cash and a clean exit, I said yes the same week. I told my son first. Daniel was 34, a corporate lawyer in a glass office downtown, and he had married Ashley Bennett 2 years earlier. I had gone to the wedding. I had smiled in every photo. I had pretended not to notice the way Ashley sometimes looked at me when she thought I wasn't watching, the way her smile dropped the second she turned her head. The night I told them about the sale, I had cooked. Daniel hugged me. Ashley cried. Ashley's mother, Karen, who had recently moved to Houston to be closer to her only daughter, cried harder. Karen and I had met 3 times before that dinner. Each meeting had ended with her telling me how proud she was that her daughter had married into a real family. Each meeting had ended with me feeling like I had been weighed. After dinner, while I was rinsing plates in the sink, I heard them in the back study. The door was almost closed. Almost. I had cleaned that hallway for 30 years. I knew exactly where the floor creaked. I didn't move. I just listened. Ashley said, "How long do we wait?" Karen said, "Her heart isn't what it used to be." Daniel said his father went the same way. "We don't push, we help it along." Quietly, Ashley said, "And the will?" Karen said, "The will is the easy part. Daniel inherits the lake house and the bulk. You and I split whatever sits in liquid. We do not get greedy, we get patient." I rinsed the same plate 4 times. Then I put it down, dried my hands, and walked back to the dining room with a smile I had been practicing for 30 years. The next morning I called my lawyer. Then I called a man named Ruben, who installs cameras in homes for people who do not want to be surprised. Then I started watching. For 3 months, I watched Karen plan a death. I watched Ashley rehearse a face. I watched them, and I waited, and I picked the night. The night of the party, I wore a dress John had bought me 20 years earlier. I greeted every guest at the door. I let Daniel cry on my shoulder when he saw me. I let Karen kiss me on both cheeks. I let Ashley hand me a glass of champagne she had poured herself. I stood at the front of the room. Ashley walked over with Karen at her side, both smiling the smile they had practiced all summer. I raised my glass. As the room turned toward me for the toast,